Yep, another test. 235 pounds of pure meat popsicle, and it works. I swear this is my legit I'm impressed face. Well, with me and workout equipment, this is my legit test. I want to get in there and just yank on it and jank it, see if I can rip it out of the wall. I used a really good amount of force. I couldn't get this thing off at all. What's up, guys? It's John the Pilot. If you're watching this video, you probably stumbled upon the Iron Surge pull-up bar, which is sold on Amazon. Okay, so when you're installing this thing, the best possible thing you can do to save yourself a ton of heartache and a ton of pain is lay down the bar, put it on the ground right next to the measurement of where you're going to be placing it in what specific hallway. Let's say hypothetically you're doing a 35-inch hallway. Okay, you take your 35 inches on your tape measure, take your bar, extend the sides, the support brackets, give yourself about maybe a quarter of an inch gap on each side. So I got really quick at putting it together and adjusting its height, which makes it amazing. Once you get it set and level, go ahead and take your safety fasteners and just cinch them down. That way the bar won't rotate on you and you should be safe and good to go to use it. Just repeat on the other side. Too easy. Okay, now for the moment of truth. I weigh 235 pounds. Here it goes. Wow. It actually holds me. Okay, time to try the bands. They're rated at 30 pounds according to the description in Amazon. So I start experimenting with them. I'm trying to figure out how to get them on there. I'm trying to figure out how to do some assisted pull-ups because I do have some shoulder injuries, so it's nice to have that option. And everything seems to be working pretty good. And the bands are actually really great quality. I'm super impressed by them. So I double them up here and I try to feel it out, and it's definitely feeling more than 30 pounds, especially where you can grip. Cool thing I love about the bands, besides me trying to figure out how to stumble through to get my foot on the bottom there, is that they all depend on where you're standing, where you are, and how you use them to level up your layers of resistance. So I wanted to try out the D-rings that came with the handles and attach them to the bands, and that's kind of how I figured out how to hook them up. So obviously these things are not like commercial grade handles, but they are super light and they have the EVA foam on them. And you can see here, I'm really trying to tug on this thing as it's put in the wall, and it's put me through the paces. I'm starting to sweat already. So I really start, getting in there and using them. I'm really impressed with the quality of what you get for $59 through this whole system. So here I go, I'm going around, and now I'm starting to get a lot of confidence in the way the bar is placed in my frame. And I'm not too worried about it smacking me in the back of the head with the bands. And you can see I'm probably giving it about a resistance level of, it feels like at least 120 to 150 pounds at the very peak of when I'm doing these chest press slash chest flies. So, and it's giving me a good workout. Now, the other thing too is it's super, super awesome because you can easily change from like chest to back rapidly. All you have to do is just move the position of your body and you're ready to go in any type of exercise that you're looking at. So, that was thoroughly impressive. So right here, I'm trying to figure out how to do a little bit more assisted pull-ups using the bands, but I figured out real quick that I needed to make it a little bit higher, and there I am testing it to make sure it's not going to fall. So when I started changing the heights, moving things around, I got very comfortable with adjusting and moving the Iron Surge pull-up bar into different positions. So here I'm really starting to kick my butt. I'm sweating. I wanted to show that on camera, like legit, it's working me out. And the other thing that I love is these bands, when you're doing them for chest press, you really get a deep dig workout in there. So, and then now I'm kind of changing things around. I'm just doing tricep pull downs. I'm really yanking on the bar, and I'm trying to see if we'll even budge. And as you can see, it's not going anywhere. I don't know how far back in the hallway I am, but it's staying put. So it's built very well, great design, and back to chest flies. I love my chest flies. But anyway, so the safety pins, move them out, get them out of the way. I'm here now. I want to change my position. I want to see what I could do on the lower end of what's going to happen with the Iron Surge pull-up bar. I'm going to try to turn it into like a push-up bar, slash maybe I can get some curls for the girls. You know, those bicep curls, got to do those if you're a guy, especially if you haven't changed your workout. But moving the pull-up bar down, rotating it and extending it like what the arrow says on the actual bar itself. And now what I'm doing is some bicep curls. And you know, this is me just barely starting to figure out how to experiment with this machine. And so far, these bicep curls with those bands, I'm getting a really good, powerful, like, workout in my muscles. I can't describe it. So I know I've got to change some of the band's positioning. I try to do some shoulder presses right there. It didn't feel quite right, or is actually, quite honestly, it was too heavy. So you can see, moving this thing, changing the way things go, just getting used to how the bands work, wrapping them around the pole. It is a learning curve, but once you get it, I'm pretty sure you're going to be satisfied with it. Now, you know, right there, I'm getting a really nice deep workout. It didn't feel heavy enough, but I also wanted to show like from a different perspective to, you know, so maybe that people could see how the band wobbles and to see what the quality of the equipment was. And get into some push-ups. You can kind of see some slight bend in the bar, totally normal. I don't think there's any issues with it, but the great thing is I hook up some bands, I get my butt on the floor, and I get right into some back rows. And as far as I could go back, these bands compensated for that. They didn't break, they didn't pull the pull-up bar off the door frame there, excuse me, the hallway frame. And as I scooch my butt back even further and further, guess what happens to the bands? The resistance goes up. So, pros and cons, you kind of have to have a deep area in order to stretch that out, or you just double and triple up the folds in your bands, and then that way you can get heavier resistance. $59 comes with all this stuff for the space, being able to put it away and not needing, I mean my functional trainer takes a tremendous amount of space inside the garage. This, I could take it down real quick, put it away, and get some very quality workouts. So if you need something that's going to help you on a budget and also come with some really good attachments for the price compared to other ones, they don't do it. I'm going to say right now, the Iron Surge pull-up bar is going to suit your needs. For me, it suits my needs because now I've got something to experiment on the road with.